All right, we out here, fam. Out here with my buddy Juan and his wife and the kids. Got Kevin, Dune Center RC, out here doing what he does. What's up, everybody? This is the first session from the new year, back on January 2nd, when I went out with Dune Center RC and my buddy Juan. It was a very windy day. We went late in the day, and it was a weird one. We had a failure on the truck. If you stick around, you'll get to see the infield repair. Yeah, it was a failure I haven't seen before. Well, not as a combo, I guess you could say. So stick around. Let me know what you think. Here we go. So yeah, it might be hard to hear, but it was extremely windy this day, and we had kind of a bigger group, 3 drivers, but then we all had our kids, so there was a lot of people around. So it was pretty crowded out there, just saying. So when we do have bigger groups, or especially a lot of kids, I always try to get away from everybody, just for safety's sake. There's not someone in my landing or come running up in front of me when I'm taking off or something. So I kind of got off by myself. You can see them there in the background. All right, so we either broke a wheel hex pin or an axle. So I'm going to be doing a repair out here, pulling apart. Hopefully it's just a hex pin. And actually, those are underneath the camera, so I'll have to see what it is and then dig in the bag a bit. But here we go. All right, so how you guys liking the field repair so far? This day was a pretty weird day. I don't want to spoil how it ends, but I feel like I spent more time working on the truck than I did running, and it was pretty windy, just not good weather down there. And we ended up heading out shortly after this. I don't even think I swapped batteries during all this. I was just, broke the truck, started working on it, and thought I fixed it, and had to dive back in again. So, yep, pull that off there. I see the sheared. Shout out to Zaxter Hobby down here in Arroyo Grande, 5 Cities. They had these in stock for me last trip, so I'm able to continue today. All right, we're still broke. I fixed the hex pin, but we're still spinning in there, so it looks like an axle. I'm gonna pull it apart and see if we can either get in that used axle I got or swap out the pin maybe. I don't know. Let's see what we got here. First off, let's see if I can get the axle set and screwed out, because those are kind of make or break. Usually want to torch that first, but I do not have a little torch in my kit yet. Hear the fan cutting out. We're lucky, she's coming out. Woo! Pin's intact. Good. All right, so I was very fortunate and got that set screw out. When stuff's Loctited in there, you typically want to put heat on it first to break it down, so you don't ruin the pin or your driver, And right here, you'll see I'm struggling to get that rotor off, and I've added the 2, not pocket screwdrivers, flatheads, but 2 actual small flathead screwdrivers to keep in my toolkit, so you can pry evenly on the spindle, the top and the bottom together, so you don't bend that rotor, because you will bend that rotor if it's stuck on there. Trust me on that. So it's something to put in your kit, just to make life easier for you when you're making repairs. But yeah, if you haven't noticed it, a lot of this repair, I threw it in, fast forward just so it's not an hour-long video, but it was quite a bit of time I spent working on the truck, but got all apart, got the axle out, and we do eventually fix the truck and drive it out under its own power, so that's nice not having to carry it out. Yeah, it's definitely no fun carrying out like a 20-pound truck, especially when you've got the parts on you to make the repair. And usually Murphy's Law, when you make your repair, you'll find some sick hit like on your way out or whatever, and you wouldn't have been able to do that if you didn't make the repair. So ideally, we fix it while we're out there.
just because you got to fix it anyway and continue on with the good times we're having. But sometimes stuff happens. I've had it where you start taking the truck apart and you don't have parts on you, or you can't get a screw out. But it's just all about having good drivers with you, little bit drivers, the little metric ones. I just got a set off Amazon Enjora ones, and they're just way better than the ones that I've been running for years, so that having good Allen drivers is key. And just make sure whenever you go to loosen stuff up that you crack it loose before like you run it with the power tool. But yeah, I was able to get the that used axle installed, and it's kind of something I've learned recently is just to save your old parts. You'll never know what you might need off of it. Just throw it in a bucket or whatever in your shop, or if you have the means to. But right now, it's saved me money. Because sometimes if you're broke and you don't have a brand new one, throw a used one on there. For the time being, because typically when I break one axle, I'll throw on a used one to, finish up and have a new pair back at the shop. So, but yeah, save your parts. It'll save you money, in my opinion. But that's just what I do. So, not telling you how to live your life, just showing or telling you what's worked for me so far, and hopefully it'll work for you, and you could save some money and just get to enjoy the hobby more. So yeah, if you notice, I am struggling a bit on this repair. In previous videos, you'll see me prepping that axle shaft where it slides through the wheel bearings, and it's a used axle. And of course, you don't think like, oh, I should prep this before I put it in my toolkit so it doesn't, make life harder for me in the future. But so that's what's going on, why it's taking so long. I can't get the bearing through there, and I try every which way to get it, and so what I ended up doing, I just came up with the idea right there on the fly, so check it out.
So, remember the trick in the shop with the sandpaper and the drill on the axle? Essentially got to do that right Wind keeps blowing my camera. Ooh, look at that! We got it, baby. We got it. Wait till you see the episode of what I did.
You ever been out here with this wind?
Typically we fucking head out because the cars don't fly in the wind.
So that was pretty slick, huh? I was pretty proud of that. In a different video, you could see I put the shaft in the drill and ran it, but you don't have a drill with you out there. But I was like, wait a minute, you could just run the car, and sand it down, and that actually cleaned up pretty quick and went together real easy. So, but yeah, if you just got to live and learn from your mistakes. Obviously I've had times where I tried to get it together and beating on it, you end up actually damaging the bearing, and you just got to live and learn, man, or try to at least. But it's good times. I was able to get the truck running and get a few jumps in before we head out, so check it out.
Well, got the truck fixed. It's windier than holy shit. So guys,
Crazy that wind, right? Can't even hear what I'm saying. But yeah, we are at the beach, and that's how these dunes are formed, with wind. And it happens from time to time. But yeah, we're definitely spoiled, because we just got to deal with wind and the occasional rainstorm, but it doesn't ever get like over 100 or nothing like that, like other dunes and like Glamis and whatnot, where certain times of the year you can't even go out there and run because it's so hot and miserable. But here, the sand may be dried out, when it's during the summer because you ain't getting any rain, but that's about it. Recently it's been incredible, like almost no wind, but when that happens, they just all the dunes get stomped out from everybody walking around, so there's footprints everywhere. But that's why you just got to go deep. People typically only go out a couple dune sets, a couple 100 yards, and then they call it, but we go hiking all through this. So if you want to kind of became a hiker through this hobby. I don't hike, but then one day I realized, like, oh wow, I'm actually hiking, with a 50-pound bag on my back, and it's good exercise, but it is a good time, out there. We take our shoes off and being grounded to the earth and whatnot. It's very, very therapeutic. It heals your soul. So hopefully I'll get to see you guys out there sometime. If you're ever in the area, shoot me a DM, reach out, take you out and show you what's up. It's a good time. So we are getting to the end of the video here. We're all heading out at this point, and appreciate you watching if you made it this far. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Like the video. If you got any questions or comments or suggestions, drop a comment, and I'll get back to you. But appreciate your guys' support over the years, and look forward to making more videos for you guys. And gonna end on a clip of my buddy Kevin, Dune Cinder RC, doing a monster backflip. Dude goes hard. But y'all have a good day and stay well. Peace.